everything great in your life. Would you do it? Would you say yes? Aren't you tired of your relationships, your health, and so much more suffering because you lack the truth you need to change? The life you desire is within your reach. You can achieve all the success, happiness, and prosperity you deserve by simply learning the secrets that lead to real personal transformation. Change is hard, but not impossible. You just have to make one radical decision to get real. And there's no better authority on the real steps to change than David G. Evans.
Some men trust in chariots. Some men trust in horses. But we will trust in the Lord.
David G. Evans is leading the charge to bring you the power to change your life. He is committed to the mission of helping you transform and become a person of power, and it starts with his all-new system to change your situation. At the centerpiece of this life-altering collection is David Evans' groundbreaking training course. From ridiculous to radical to real, this means war. In this series, you will discover the steps to change. This series includes 2 powerful messages, each on winning the battle in your mind and cultivating a language of faith. That's 4 messages, 4 power-filled hours of material. If you want a better marriage, this series has the answers. If you want to achieve financial independence God's way, the secrets in this series will empower you to make it happen. If you want a life of power, anointing, and influence, this series will show you how to get it, and there's more. You're looking for serious, immediate results. So Bishop Evans will also include one of his best-selling messages called Weapon of Warfare. This classic teaching will build you up to start fighting in the spirit for what you deserve. This powerhouse collection, from ridiculous to radical to real, and Weapon of Warfare, will give you all the biblical strategies you need to change anything in your life. This collection will ship to you immediately with your gift today to David G. Evans Ministries. This ministry is revolutionizing the kingdom by empowering believers. Souls are being saved daily, and we need your help to grow this impact in a real way. Call now and sow your seed of just $35 for your transformation to help people around the world. Your $35 love gift goes straight to the front lines of ministry, providing help to those that need it most. Call now. Make the decision to get the power you need to change your life forever.
Position yourself to receive from God with Bishop David G. Evans teaching When Men Pray.
Have there been times when you have asked someone to pray for you and the prayer has not been answered? Because instead of praying for yourself, you waited until someone else that you thought had more power would pray for you. Prayer is something that you resort to immediately and not as a last resort. You need to learn how to pray preemptively. You need how to pray ahead of time. Don't always be praying in response. Pray proactively. Pray before it happens. Lord, cover my child. Lord, bless my day.
Develop your relationship with God with this dynamic teaching on CD or DVD when you write to us. Visit our website or call 1-800-591-8480.
Adversaries come in many forms, but you will be victorious when you realize that worship is warfare.
Adversaries are necessary because without them, you never really discover your purpose.
We've accepted what somebody told us we were in our past. So our past is sabotaging our ability to hear instruction.
We are not much unlike a battery. The negative is the thing that's needed to produce the power.
I empowered you to overcome everything you've overcome up to this present moment. I fixed you for what's going to happen after this. You were in the mind of God long before you were ever born.
You are not alone in your battle. God has your back because worship is warfare. Put these 4 messages in your arsenal today on CD or DVD. Equip yourself by visiting our website or by calling 1-800-591-8480. It's the catalyst for change you've been waiting on. New Mind, New Me, from Bishop David G. Evans.
I want to be loved. Why do I take the person that loves me and kick them to the curb? I want to be wealthy, but I spend all my money. You were created and given a slave, a doulos, a servant called your mind. Your mind is out of order when it questions your commands.
If you are ready for true transformation, Bishop David G. Evans would like to bless you with the New Mind, New Me 4-message DVD set. Order today, and you will also receive Bishop Evans' national best-selling book, Healed Without Scars, as well as the Healed Without Scars music CD.
My mind's going where I tell it to go. It'll never go back. It's my mind. It's going to do what I say.
All yours when you visit our website or call 1-800-591-8480 today. Be prepared to watch a new you emerge.
Allow God's living waters to wash over you and refresh your soul.
You've been praying for yourself when the answer is in praying for other people. While I'm praying for California, God shows up in my house.
As kingdom people, with the king in us and us being sovereign ground, we are not governed by the laws of this land, but we're governed by the laws of heaven.
He's talking about you gonna draw water from the wells of salvation. Where's the well? In you.
If we want to release the water, watch this, we don't have to pray for it to come. Where we are now, we pray for it to be released.
Release deliverance and transformation in every area of your life through God's living waters. This revitalizing 3-message series can be yours on CD or DVD when you visit our website or call 1-800-591-8480 today.
Well, praise the Lord, everybody. Welcome to On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Time on any smart device around the world. You can view us, you can join us, you can see us and hear us. Join the conversation at David G. Evans, the #1. At David G. Evans, the #1. Simply tap that in, join us, and get connected with all those people from around the world who watch us, listen to us every Saturday morning, and of course during the week on our delayed broadcast. We love to have you join us this morning and give us a call. We are a kingdom-based, Christian-based call-in talk show. Our subjects are not limited, but we always approach those subjects from a biblical kingdom point of view. So we talk politics, and we talk sports, and we talk major events, both national, international, regional, and local, and their significance to you, and that biblical perspective of why they're happening. It is really clear in the Bible. The Bible says that the sons of Issachar understood the times and knew exactly what to do. So what we want to do is be a part of that information for you as these events drive society, drive the world, and we need you to have a biblical perspective on just how this fits into your life as a believer. And those unbelievers that watch it, listen to us, watch us every Saturday also. You can call us at 866-743-8267. That's 866-743-8267. 866-74-EVANS, toll free from anywhere in the world. We love talking to you. Joining us once again is our co-host, Reverend Nicholas A. Smith. I like the A in the middle of the A. Smith. You didn't tell me, how's Grandma?
Doing well.
I heard she's doing really good.
90 years old, still cooking, still got her mind.
Yeah?
Yeah, still rolling, so she was happy to see us.
I'm sure she was. Did y'all surprise her, or y'all just thought you did?
No, we surprised her.
Did you really?
Yeah. I was like 20 minutes from the house. You home? What you doing? All right, we'll be right there.
You might have shocked her too much.
She's like, oh my goodness. Then more people showed up.
People start showing up then.
Yeah. So we got to catch up from pandemic time. It was almost 4 years.
I'm sure.
So we're probably going to go again a couple of times this year just to.
Yeah. And that's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Pandemic. A lot of people don't talk about those distant family members. There's a lot of people that couldn't visit their families for years and years, and that was tough for. It was tough for me. It's tough for a lot of people.
Yeah. It's just I've had family, and I got family in Washington State.
Yeah.
I think we have some in Florida. Carolinas, that type of thing. It was appropriate and it was necessary,
absolutely.
but especially when you have elderly relatives, you have to be extra cautious.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I'm sorry, and I didn't think, and I thought it was a hoax. Yeah. Doesn't help you when you're laid up in ICU.
Yeah, you're like, I'll just go down there. I was like that the first couple of years. I was like, no, I ain't trying to track nothing.
No, stay away from them.
Yeah.
Stay away from them.
I could call, Zoom.
Yeah. So at the top of everybody's list this week, I'm watching, maybe I'm a little too observant or discerning, but I'm watching the apparent glee on the faces of the people on CNN and MSNBC. I mean, they're really happy about this, and I get the whole Fox versus, that thing, and how former president was really hard on a lot of people. But I also think it's significant that Salvin Bragg has taken his time to do this thing, and I'm not sure the good lawyers don't go to court unless they think they can win. They don't go just to spend. They go because they want to win.
Yep.
That's the kind of attorney you want. I'm not taking this case because I don't think I can win it.
Yeah.
I think I can win it, so let's do it.
Because if they lose, it's going to blow up in their face, make Trump more like a hero, and confirm that bias that people think.
Absolutely.
Even though we know he's guilty.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been shady for years. Yeah. Our state has personal experience with him, and the casinos, and how dozens and dozens and dozens of businesses simply went out of business because he didn't pay.
Yep.
And that was part of his systematic way of doing business. And people lost homes and businesses and had to pull their kids out of school, and just all kind of things happened. The only reason I know that's because I used to work out with the lead attorney for the project for the casinos, and he was saying that he just didn't pay, and people would come on board with him because they understood who he was, understood he had money, but he would bankrupt the company one after the other.
And just move on to the next.
Leave them hanging, Doc. But I saw an interview with him regarding that whole scenario, and his answer was inhumane. He simply said, I haven't broken any laws.
Yeah.
So the law allows for them to bankrupt the company and leave people adrift.
Yep. And then start another company.
Yeah, man.
Just keep
Just keep going.
I'm betwixt. Now, maybe you can help me out with this.
Okay.
So I get considering how they're going to do this so there's the least amount of ramifications as it relates to indicting him and prosecuting him. My problem is this. People are like, well, are we setting a precedent for charging a president for crimes?
Yes.
I think we should.
Yes.
Because any normal person.
Yes.
But people are like arguing like, well, we shouldn't do this because it could possibly start a revenge streak.
Well, all that is nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to do the right thing because people may not like it.
Right. The rest of us, I think they said they wanted to get him on Friday. They wanted to get him on Friday, but Secret Service said they wouldn't arrest him, and some things happened. I know you and I, if they wanted to come arrest us on a Friday,
wouldn't matter.
We could have said no, we ain't coming.
No, you couldn't have said no, we ain't coming.
They'd have took us.
They'd been standing on your front yard. You need to come out of there. We're coming in to get you.
Yeah.
So I don't. If the system is supposed to be the system, but what I think New York is going to get him on is financial crimes.
Yes. Yep.
I think that playing with real estate and all that.
Yeah.
And lying to the IRS and all that kind of stuff. Regular people can't do that.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why is this hesitancy when the Republican Party, they're big on law and order.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I used to think that.
Yeah, I know.
And I got friends that are Republicans, but not like it used to be. It's everything's situational with them now.
Yes.
You know. But when I saw the January 6th thing and saw their perspective on the lawlessness that was displayed, and they're calling it tours, and it wasn't that big a deal, and you know, I thought they had restrooms in those buildings.
Yes.
I didn't think restrooms were the hallways and walls, and that behavior becomes acceptable because of who's doing it.
Yeah, breaking into a congressperson's office and they're checking a laptop in.
You got to be nasty to poop in a hallway.
Yeah.
You got to be doubly nasty to put your hands in it and smear it on the wall.
Right, yeah.
That ain't no tour.
No, that's not a tour. That's disgusting.
But we had our representatives down there justifying even that.
Yeah.
So my perception of what I knew as a Republican stance on law and order, they forced me to change my perception on the way they see it.
Yeah. Because law and order means a certain group of people.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mean everybody.
It's not for us, it's for y'all.
Yeah. Well, and Nixon ran on that platform.
Of course he did.
That law and order, Trump, same thing. But they were only talking about rough them up, specific groups of people.
But I think it was it Romney that said, I'm only going to be certain people's president?
Yep.
And if they hadn't caught it on tape, he might have gotten elected.
Yeah.
And we had a president that was probably subtly not as blatant as former President Trump.
Yeah.
That he's only, going to be president of a certain group of people.
He's going to take care of his people.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, it just amazes me the amount of hesitancy when it comes to him with anything.
I don't get it. But watch this now. Our New York pastors say that the rest of the country found out what they already knew.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
So we're shocked.
Yeah.
They've been waiting for this other foot to shoot a drop for 30, 40 years.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, there were so many other ways he could have handled this whole Stormy Daniels thing.
Yeah.
People do this, wealthy people do this all the time to keep people quiet in more legal ways.
Yeah.
Why do something dumb and go the way that he went to do?
Now, I'm not. What was the process? Because I know what happened with the girl.
Yeah.
But what did he do that?
That's what I was confused about. And I start looking. I don't have all the answers, but it seems like I think he used campaign money to pay her.
You can't be so stingy,
Right.
that you won't go on. I mean, he may not be as much of a millionaire as but you can't be so stingy that you won't go into the pot for $150,000 out of your own money.
Right. Right.
But you let me use somebody else's.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right. Right. Like.
Because he could have given his own money to his lawyer.
Yeah.
And there would have been no real big deal.
It'd been whatever.
But he has used campaign funds for other things.
Yeah.
I mean, he's actually raised money under the guise of campaign and just put it in his own coffers.
Divided plans.
That's supposed to be illegal.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. And I know they just recently changed some of that stuff. When that's how Sarah Palin got all that money.
Okay.
When her and McCain were running.
Okay.
She was using those donations for clothes and for because somehow they made this rule where you can use the money however you want. If we find out about it, I guess it's
You mean it's one of those things that they know the rest of us are not supposed to know?
Yeah.
But I wonder now, because I always ask the question, okay, the campaign's over. They donated $250 million to you. You got $50 million left. What do you do with the $50 million? Does it just sit somewhere in escrow?
No, they find ways to.
Or is it the candidate's money at that point?
They find ways to make it their money. I can't remember the law. I got to look it up. But they found a way to allow them to do what they want with it.
So the former president looks as though he's going to have to do a modified, what do they call that walk? Perk walk.
Perk walk.
He's going to have to come in. They're going to have to handcuff him. They might not handcuff him. I can't see him resisting.
No.
But they will have to fingerprint him. They will have to take mug shots of him. And on one hand, he appears to me to be a very prideful man. I think some of his outrage is that you can go through life thinking you're above certain things.
Well, I guess if you get away with so much, and you really feel like you're Teflon Don,
yeah. And he's in our New York pastors say all the time, he's been doing things for years, and He stays in his organizations stay in court. Now he doesn't stay in court. He's got people to represent him.
Yeah.
I wonder what his legal bills are every year since he's being sued constantly.
Yeah. And if your lawyer's going to jail, your campaign advisors get in trouble, everybody around you. That's just like you the pastor of the church. Majority of your staff is always in something. Somewhere along the line, I'm just saying. Like,
if all y'all get busted for selling drugs.
Right. Right. Something should be.
And I'm the only one driving a Bentley.
Right.
Something's up. Come on, man.
I'm like,
come on.
Maybe it's just me, but
I don't know how the law. And here's the inequity of the law to me. I had a friend, I think I told you this before, he said, if you don't have money, you don't have a legal problem. Yeah. And when he first said it to me, I didn't understand it. But if you've got money, you can hire the right kind of representation. They know the law and have the relationships in such a way that some of the things you'll say, I got this subpoena, do I have to go? And they'll say, no, we'll take care of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you and I get one, our lawyer's going to say, yeah, well, you got to show up.
You better show up.
Come on, man.
Yeah, or work something out.
Yeah.
We'll send you to Club Fed for 6 months. Do 6 months in a nice place.
Yeah, but you and I are not getting that benefit.
No. Anytime Congress can do stocks while voting on stocks at the same time and not get in trouble. I mean, that's insider trading all over the place.
Well, of course it is. But it's only insider for certain people.
Yes.
I'm still amazed, and the lines have lit up. 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. We got Robin, we got Keisha, we got Tom. We'll go to them in just a second. I'm amazed at how most politicians, and I'm being general for a reason, go into office as regular working people. And a large majority of them come out multimillionaires. Salary never changes.
Yep.
There's got to be a system, because some of the disconnected folk hiding their money in freezers and in little safes in their office and getting busted. You got guys that are multi-millionaires and nothing ever happens to them.
Nothing at all.
And here's the thing for me, and the wealth is obvious.
Yeah.
They weren't wealthy when they got in office. They're ultra wealthy now.
Yep.
Well, when exactly did it happen?
Exactly. And it's both sides too, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Nancy Pelosi was in something a few years ago.
Yeah.
Some credit card thing. All of a sudden, they made some rule. $10 million. And it was in the news for like a couple days.
Yeah.
Vanished.
And it's I mean, they have that rule where you're not supposed to make money while you're not supposed to leverage your office to make money. And the Kushner supposedly made
just saw that
some crazy amount of money from the Saudis and
while working in the White House.
That's supposed to be illegal. Do you think it's significant though that at this point, what do Ivanka and Jared know that caused them to back up so suddenly from all of this?
I'm sure they know a lot about. I'm sure they're aware of all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then I think something happened where he said something about Ivanka if she doesn't support him. This was months ago.
Okay.
Because she was silent. She didn't come out and say anything about something that happened to her. And he publicly said, basically, something negative about her if she doesn't come along. And so I don't know if he eventually turned on her.
Well, he would. He would if she didn't do us. Because when they pulled back, I'm like, yo, this doesn't look right. And they don't really have to worry about being disowned.
Yeah.
Because they've made hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars while they were in office. Let's go to the phones. We got Robin from Bear, Delaware, Keisha from Elizabeth, New Jersey, Tom from Fort Lauderdale. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
Good morning, Bishop and Pastor Nick. How y'all doing this blessed morning?
All right. Welcome to On Point. She pouring it on this morning. She even got a little holiness in there. Blessed morning. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Oh God. No, it's just I be thinking about how God has really just blessed me, and how I'm thankful that He was patient with me. It took 30 years for me to get right. I was listening to what you were saying, 26 years. So for Him to still love me the way He does and gave me so many chances, Bishop, I just wake up and just gotta keep thanking Him.
Absolutely.
I mean, God is just amazing. I just love Him so much. I just start tearing up.
Yeah.
God is good. But what y'all was just talking about Trump, do you think he'll be going to jail?
Well, we don't
actually put him in jail.
Well, I don't. Well, here's the thing. It's kind of irresponsible to speculate because the indictment has not been opened. We don't know what the charges are. Yeah. All this reaction that the Republicans are having. You need to support him. They don't know what they're supporting. They don't. Nobody knows exactly what's in the indictment. It's like 30 or 300.
I'm not sure.
It's a bunch of counts in there. Maybe let's just be conservative. Say 30. There's 30 charges they're bringing or issues they're raising. So it's but nobody knows yet. When they open the indictment, then everybody will see. But I don't think. Now I could be wrong. I don't think that the DA in New York 30.
Yep. That
the DA in New York is going to waste the court's time with unpaid traffic tickets. They're trying to trivialize it and say, it's going to be nothing, blah, blah. I don't think he would waste the court time. Plus, I'm not sure that he would risk embarrassing himself in his office by bringing some kind of frivolous lawsuit, because when he could have done it, he didn't.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden he's doing, and here's the other thing. I don't think a guy sits under death threats for parking tickets.
Right. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just
wondering. Well, I just have one question.
Go ahead.
And I'm done. Okay. Regarding, I think Pastor Nick, I don't know if he looked it up, the Mississippi legislator creates all-white court system in Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah. I had a rider maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they were on their way to Chicago. They used to live in Mississippi. They just came back, and they were saying how the lynching is still going on, how the Caucasians still, they look at them funny, like y'all not supposed to be in this area, and I didn't think that stuff was still going on down there. So with this new legislation, they're trying to create all-white court system. How is that going to affect the African, us down in Mississippi?
What's the details on that, Pastor Nick?
Well, it looks like they're creating a certain election board for the African American community. But it's
really?
led by mainly whites.
Really?
Yeah, this just happened like a month ago, I think.
What were the black people doing while they were doing this?
I don't know, because you wouldn't have heard about it unless you saw one little article somewhere, because it's not big news. They're trying to police them differently.
I'm gonna. Matter of fact, it's not coincidental. I called Dr. Mary Patton the other night and left her a message. They're in Mississippi.
Okay.
And Mito's in Mississippi also.
Okay.
I'll see what we'll get some on the ground information about this, Robin.
Right. Okay. Well, that's all I have for today. I'm ready to go back to work. So.
Well, make some money, girl.
Yes. I'll see y'all soon. God bless
all
you.
Right.
Y'all have a blessed. Be safe out there.
Bye now.
All right. Bye.
That was Robin from Delaware. We're going to Keisha and Elizabeth. Robin's surprised at their lynchings in Mississippi, but there are also, our service people have to be warned in Missouri not to go out the back of the base, which puts them kind of in the Ozark regions, in those regions, because they're still lynching service people of color behind how do you tell a United States soldier, I know it's a shorter distance for you to go out the front, out the back, but don't go out the back because you're not safe out there.
Yeah. In America.
In America.
2023.
In America.
Unfortunately, this rot continues to rise up again. It's unfortunate.
Let's talk to Keisha.
I do have the answer to your question.
All right. Keisha, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? Good
All
morning,
right.
Dr. Nick.
Good morning.
Good to hear from you. What's on your mind today?
I just wanted to tell you, remember when I was telling you about my son? Well, we just reunited like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Because I was coming from a church where I used to volunteer at. And the good news is okay, he has a 1-bedroom apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So he texted me last night and told me that he was thinking about me, him, and my daughter moving in with him temporarily until I can find something for me and my daughter.
Okay.
Don't you know, when he texted me, I started crying when I read it because we've been separated for a long time.
Yeah.
And also, one more thing. I went to the doctor on Wednesday, and I got a bad report, but I'm not going to let the devil win because my doctor told me that when I took my mammogram test, it don't look too good. But I'm not giving place to the devil. No way.
Well, I certainly will pray for you myself.
Yes. Thank you so much, Bishop.
Absolutely. And you be strong.
I will.
All right. Talk to you soon now.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah. That was Keisha. What did you find out, Bethany?
So it looks like this. The first was the Stormy Daniels.
Okay.
They used the shell company to pay her.
Okay.
And then the shell company was reimbursed by the Trump organization.
Right.
And the Trump organization logged the reimbursements as legal expenses.
Okay.
So the falsifying of all that. The Karen McDougal, the Playboy model, Cohen paid her through the National Enquirer guy. That's when now that situation happened there.
Okay.
But the kicker was when they reimbursed Cohen, they upped the cost to pay him extra. So instead of he gave her $150, but they made it look like $420,000. So
he would get some tax-free income.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's and it all came through the whole campaign thing.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah.
That is typical. That's actually drug money routing behavior.
Yeah.
That's stolen funds behavior. You know, you bounce it off several things. This corporation here, this corporation there, and everything's fine until somebody gets mad.
Yep. And then reports about what's going on.
Yeah.
Wow. My thought is, if my lawyer is going to go to jail for me, I'm going to find a way to hook him up, keep your mouth shut, do this time. I got you.
I think Trump makes a mistake of suddenly not knowing the people that he has helped him facilitate whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
You just, I don't know. Come on.
Yeah. And the thing is crazy, though. He could have never paid them off. Because even if the world found out he was with these two women, they still would have elected him anyway, based on what we know now.
Well, he didn't know that at the time. I think he was trying to hold the embarrassment back from his family. Yeah.
Come on.
But we didn't know that at the time. I mean, I would have never. Like we always make the comparison. If Obama had been guilty of some of the stuff he was, he'd never gotten elected. He'd had to resign in the middle of his campaign.
Right. Just the fact that if he had a couple wives and kids by different women, he'd be the typical black man with
absolutely,
baby mamas.
Absolutely. But when I saw 3 baby mamas and 6-7 kids on the platform, I'm like, you really can do anything.
Yeah. If you are.
Who determines what? Who determines what? Yeah. All right, let's go to Tom, man. Morning, Tom.
Good morning, Bishop.
Hey, Tom.
How you doing?
Reverend Nicholas A.
How you doing? How you doing?
You were saying earlier about when they arrest our ex-president, they're not going to handcuff him.
No.
And they're not going to fingerprint him the way we think of fingerprints because he already has them on file.
Okay.
So they don't need to see. So those things aren't going to happen. But you brought up an interesting point. Once he's arrested, or if they arrest him, he gets Secret Service, protection. Are they going to jail with him? That's the question. Or, somebody's got to be there with him.
Well, I think they'll put him in one of those. We don't know where they're going to put him. But but I wonder, and this is when you're at the level of when you're in the business that the former president was in. There are a lot of contributing organizations to that process. That's how I'll say it. There are a lot of contributing organizations to that process of making money. Even to the point that a lot of contributors to that process eliminate problems for you. So I don't know how you do that business in that state particularly. and stay clear of organizations that see legitimate business as opportunities. I don't know. I'm, unfortunately for the former president, he's in that district in New York that's used to prosecuting brokers, bond brokers, stock brokers, everybody. Everybody. So they have a skill level that a lot of the rest of the country doesn't have. The only one close to it is New Jersey. So he's for what he's been doing or purportedly doing for most of his adult life, and that is skirting the edges and getting away and doing things. New York is probably the least advantageous place he would like to be.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the other part that's amazing to me is that the crime itself, they're overlooking. This guy paid women off for some things he did that no president should be allowed to do and then become president.
How do we know they're ignoring it? We haven't seen the indictment yet, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the public ignoring.
Okay.
That the it's not about the indictment. This guy paid a woman off for something that if you or I did, we'd have problems running for office. And Obama would have never won. And somebody said, he slept with some porn star.
Yeah. But it just shows you the change.
Yeah. Also, with our famous governor here in Florida, he announced that if Trump did not want to go to New York, he would not extradite him.
He would not assist in extradition.
Right. Yeah. And it's legally justifiable for that particular crime. The way the laws are set up in Florida, the governor has last say on extradite, somebody out of the state. I was like, wow.
I think that the all they do if he does that, they just kick it upstairs to the federal government and they send somebody for him. I mean, it's just it's not a big deal to the Justice Department. Okay, you don't want to cooperate, you don't have to. We'll come get him.
Yeah.
And Bishop, let me leave you with this one.
Gonna be something.
Because I love this one best. The Ready Creek, which is the people that are involved with Disney, their board was disbanded Wednesday as far as Ron DeSantis people being put in.
Okay.
Well, before they were disbanded, they put bylaws in. They changed everything, and Disney is set up for the next 30 years. And there's nothing Ron DeSantis can do about it.
What did they do?
They found a loophole.
They found a loophole, and they shut him down. Disney is nobody to play with.
They basically, the board is basically powerless. The only thing they can do is fix up roads and I think something else. And that's it. And Disney has everything else. That's why they weren't.
Wait a minute. Back us up because, there are a lot of people listening to us that don't understand the whole story. So, DeSantis basically was trying to do what to Disney?
Trying to basically control Disney, what they do for that whole don't say gate thing.
How they make their money, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so he decided to what? Take control of their board?
Yes, for that Ready Creek board where Disney's located.
Okay.
Hoping that board would have influence over what Disney does, their expansion, if they would expand, etc.
Especially if he wanted to take it over.
Yes.
And
so what did they do? Disband the board?
The board's still there. He stripped them of it. They basically don't have no power. Disney found a loophole in one of their rules that showed that they really have the power to do what they want to do where they are. And this board, the only power they have is if there's a pothole,
roads needs fixing.
Go and fix the pothole, and that's it. You can't no say over.
So the public perception of the board's power was overestimated.
Yes.
And I can see how that would happen over time as the board began to do things, and Disney got older and older and older. The board had more power that they inherited, not so much legislated. So they were operating within the context of the historic significance of the board.
Yeah.
And then they messed around, and DeSantis attacks, but his lawyers obviously are not as good as Disney's lawyers.
And what I love about it, Bishop, is that Wednesday when the board was supposed to flip over to DeSantis people is when they announced, "Oh, you can do what you want, but we already got this locked up."
What was his reaction?
Quiet. I haven't heard a real reaction yet.
I haven't seen any of this on the news.
It just came out Thursday, I think. Wednesday or Thursday, I think.
Yeah, I think he's not going to talk about this much, is he, Tom?
Oh, I don't think he's going to mention it at all. It's like it never happened. Pastor Nick, it happened on Wednesday, and it was announced on Thursday.
Yeah.
And it's already the weekend, so he didn't say anything Friday.
The board can't use any Disney name. They can't use Mickey Mouse. They can't sell anything Disney merchandise. And if the board tries to overstep, Disney can seek damages. If the board tries to overstep what they do, they use some old.
So he put a board in place?
The board was already there. The Reedy Creek board was there that worked with Disney.
All these years,
yeah.
Okay.
He replaced the people on the board with his people, thinking they would have juice over Disney to make them do what he wants.
But before that previous term was over,
which is Wednesday, that's Wednesday,
they fixed everything.
Disney said, "Look,
yes,
there's this clause that we have in our agreement in the law." Boom, threw it on the table, and basically told them, "Y'all have no power over any of us whatsoever."
And they waited till Wednesday when everything was supposed to switch over.
Yeah.
And basically went, ha ha. What do you think about this?
Yeah. They used some old royal clause that has something to do with King Charles the Third, King of England. Something about the death of the last survivor, the descendants of King Charles III, King of England, living as the date of this declaration. Some old school thing they used. So that's why probably Disney was quiet, didn't fight it, because they knew what they were going to do.
If you don't have money, you don't have a legal problem.
You know.
Disney has money, so the problem was taken care of.
Yeah, they took care of it. They were fine. And Disney showed it because they did Disney hosted like a LGBTQ thing a couple weeks ago. And of course, I was called Furor. DeSantis got upset about it.
Yeah.
But Disney knew all along. But to wait for, like Tom said, to wait for the transition of the new board, and when they came in to show them what they got.
So they've got a board now that has no power, and Disney has authority over that board with no power.
Basically,
just a board in name.
Just a board in name. They're titular, yes.
Yeah, titular is the word.
Yeah. Fix this pothole. Come on, get the street fixed.
Oh.
Way to go, Disney.
That's not what DeSantis wanted. He wanted to impact the way they did business, who they could have, what they could display, what, you know.
Yeah.
Well, wanted to control them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got to say what I want you to say.
Yeah. Yep. Tom, I asked you a question. I noticed I don't know how it works down there. And Bishop, maybe you could throw this in there too. DeSantis, his administration approved a trustee for at FAMU. I didn't know the government could appoint trustees of a college unless FAMU is controlled by the state.
Well, here's how it works, my experience.
Okay.
If you are a state university, you have to have state representation on your board.
Okay.
I remember the board that I chaired, there were 5 of them. A lot of times only because they have to be there.
Okay.
And a lot of states have that regulation.
Okay.
State universities have to have state representation.
Okay. On the board. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom, you doing okay, man?
Oh, doing great. Pastor Nick said something earlier, and he's so right about traveling, visiting relatives. I came up once during the epidemic, but I didn't go visit my aunts and people that were older because I didn't want to get them sick. So I plan on getting up there this summer, and hopefully everything will be so much better to where, you can open air and hang out with our family. And it was kind of comical that Pastor Nick went and saw his grandmother and surprised her. So I plan on doing that to some relatives this summer.
Good. We look forward to seeing you too soon.
Oh, yeah. I'll be up there. I'll definitely stop by.
We look forward to seeing you. All right, man. You have a good one here.
Hey, take care.
Thanks for calling us again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. We've got Danny from Lauderhill, Florida, and then we're going to Teresa from Camden. Hey, Danny, how you doing?
Good morning, Bishop. How you doing? Pastor Nick, how you doing? And staff?
Doing all right, man. Welcome to On Point once again.
Okay, I just want to add something to what you were talking about, and you asked about what was going on with DeSantis and that fiasco that he went into. And the reason why we didn't hear about it, the thing is, to put icing on the cake, they have to pay legal fees.
Disney's?
Back to Disney.
That has to be millions.
Yeah.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head, Bishop. You know about it. Okay. To the tune of $1,350 an hour.
Ooh. They've been working on this for months.
$1,350 an hour.
Ooh.
You haven't heard him, and DeSantis needs to go ahead to stay out of things that he knows nothing about. When he started talking foreign policy, he got in trouble with that.
That's probably per attorney.
Yeah, because
yes.
Proud to hire a team of investigators.
That's just the attorneys.
Yeah, that's just the attorneys because they're going to investigate how Disney found that loophole and how they get around it. They're going to spend millions of taxpayer money.
Yeah.
Something he should have kept his behind out of in the first place.
You could be feeding people. They don't care about
They don't care about that. Come on, Nick. Now, you can't.
That's true.
You talk about humane alternatives.
That's
you
true.
Can't possibly be serious.
I know.
I told you before, I know how Disney operates. They tried to go ahead and Dade County tried to hold Disney up, telling them that we're going to jack the price up on land. And Disney told them, well, we just don't need you. You know, you need me. You know, we can help you. But then they called the bluff. Disney moved to Orlando. Orlando was nothing but orange groves. Look at Orlando now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anywhere they go, prospers. Anywhere.
And the next thing that I peep is going on with DeSantis is that he's running around the country. Watch how he operates now. He called himself, I'm doing this book tour. He's campaigning.
It's a soft campaign.
Thank you, Bishop.
Yeah. So I said book tour. You couldn't come up with anything more inventive than that.
I know.
They could have said we're doing a what is that they do when they probe an area to see if there's acceptance?
I know what you're talking.
We're going to do some focus groups or some. Yeah. We're going to do a test run. We're going to we're going to test the waters. Anything but a book tour.
Right.
And the last but not least, and I'll get out of the way, is that it's embarrassing. I'm ashamed that they would go ahead and do something like this, is that they passed a law, the carry law.
Did they pass it?
It happened this week.
They passed it this week?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he has to sign it. All he has to do is sign it. He couldn't sign it because he was on his tour.
Wow. Danny, that's dangerous, man.
That's going to be good.
That's dangerous.
And now,
so it's open carry and what else?
Well, it's not open carry. That's the next step. They're going to take it to. They already said we're going to take it to the next step, where you could just openly carry. You could carry it. You could put it up under your shirt.
So now it's concealed carry.
Yeah. You don't. I'm not checking you for your license now. But you can carry it. I can't do nothing about it.
So if they check somebody and they don't have a license, can they arrest them then?
They're still going around playing around with that as to what you can do and what have you, and it's crazy. It's really crazy because now.
So you do still have to have a license. They didn't pull all the rules down.
But that's still in what they're talking about as to how they're going to get around that.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
it doesn't because here's the thing, Bishop. They did a study, and they found out that last year alone, they turned down 70,000 applications for licenses. They would not sell. Now, those are the people that went the legal way. And they found that most of the guns that are in the state of Florida or stolen.
What? Come on, Dad. Come on.
I'm serious. Check it. Break-ins. Breaking in cars. Breaking in homes.
I don't understand.
And people do not report them as being missing because of the fact that they obtained it illegally.
Well, here's my question. There's so many things that you need a license for in our society.
Correct. My dog.
Most of them much less deadly than a person with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why would you want to eliminate qualifiers, criminal history, psychological profiles? Why would you want to eliminate that from the ability to get a gun? It makes no sense to me. I have to have a license to drive and pass the test to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And they can take it away from you if you misuse it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But people want to carry guns without, they want to walk into the Walmart and just buy one and it's okay.
Yeah. One of the things I'm nervous about now is if they do this, if they catch you with the gun without a license, they can arrest you. Is what they did in New York with the whole don't stop and frisk thing.
Right.
Where they're able to lock up a lot of young black men. You can carry the weed around, but if we catch you with it, we'll arrest you. I wonder, and that's why they were stopping the frisking.
But see, that's a setup.
That's what I'm saying. It's a set. I wonder if they're going to do the same thing.
That's a setup
down here.
That's a setup because it's all of a sudden, I don't care how far removed we are from the old days.
Yep.
Perceptions are slower to change than time.
Yep.
Perceptions are slow. They move slower than lava, man.
Yeah.
And then don't forget the fact now that when you have this carry, you can go ahead and carry it anytime you want to, and that something happens and you shoot someone, or I was threatened. You have that law.
Oh, you got that stand your ground thing.
Law. Okay. Now they have a reason to go ahead to kill people.
This is not the Wild West. I'm a Cowboy fan, but this is not the Wild West. We're supposed to live in a sophisticated society where we shouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah.
I learned this week again, or was reminded this week, that no other country in the world has to worry about people walking into schools killing people.
Exactly.
They say it happened in Ireland one time, and they passed a law. They've never had another incident.
Mm-hmm. But for us, it's ongoing.
And then to take our focus off of what really happened, they tell us, well, the good thing, the police responded in 14 minutes.
Well, that was good, but we still have a problem.
6 deaths.
We need to eliminate the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That girl shouldn't have been able to buy some.
Thank you. That's the thing. Why they're under psych care and all this stuff? Why? Come on.
And where was her family?
Yeah.
Here in Florida, we had a policeman on site, a resource officer on site at Parkland.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you had 20 some odd deaths. 20.
Yeah. It's out of control. Dan, we gotta go, man. We gotta go. How my sister doing?
Bless.
Highly favored.
Right. Tell her I said hello, please.
All right, Bishop.
Talk to you. Bye-bye. We got Teresa. Hi, Teresa. How are you?
Hello. Good morning. How are you?
All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
What's your comment today? Turn your device down in the background.
Okay.
So you're not echoing.
I didn't know you were there. I was watching it on TV.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm back. Okay.
Yeah. What's going on?
There's a lot going on in my head about what's going on in the world,
Mm-hmm.
as you know. And one of the things is that we are paying too much attention to things that we don't seem to have a lot of control over. Oh God, let me see how you start this. This business with the guns and how they're getting into the hands of the wrong people. Danny just talked about Florida. Let's see. Trump made deals with Saudi Arabia, Crown Prince over there and sold them all these weapons and everything. So my concern is the weapons, Disney, Silicon Valley, the banks, all this stuff is being controlled. Trump, everybody's saying Trump. Trump made deals that we're going to pay the consequences for. And all this banks
such
and
as
everything.
such as
It's
Teresa.
going,
Teresa,
yes,
you said he's making deals that we're going to pay the consequences for, such as
he made deals with China. He made deals with Saudi Arabia, the Crown Prince Mohammed, whatever this is his name, this Crown Prince of China.
Which deals are you speaking of?
He sold guns. He made deals to sell guns to them. Over $100 billion in guns. He just nationally sold them to them.
To China, to Saudi Arabia?
No,
who are you
Saudi
speaking of?
Arabia.
Yeah, I need you to be specific, okay?
Okay. 2019, I believe it was. He made deals with Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
They brought him over there to Saudi Arabia, blew his head up with all kinds of pictures and everything with him, and made deals with him, you know.
And you're saying the United States ended up selling arms to the Saudis? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the Saudis are using the weapons, I guess, primarily to destroy Yemen, the country over there, the little poor country where they're killing off everybody. There's no concern about the lives of these people, but that's another story. Then he made deals with China. I saw on national TV where he allowed 30,000 Chinese people to come into the United States during the pandemic. He's making all kind of deals that's going to destroy us. The other thing is that that's one other point here that he did. It's just, he has protection all over the place. He can do things that he wants to do because he's made all these deals. Oh, Disney. Saudi Arabia has the biggest amusement area. This young man, he's in his 30s or something. He's made amusement parks. So Disney, whatever Disney's doing, this Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, he's going to do the same thing in the United States. He predicted within the next 30 years, globally, he's going to have control over. This is going to be his kingdom, because we're not. What's
going to be his kingdom? Teresa.
Yes.
What's going to be his kingdom?
The United States of America.
So you're saying that the Saudis are going to take over the USA?
Oh, he's going to take over because we are sleeping.
Now, you think the Crown Prince? Let me get it right, Teresa. You think the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is going to take over the United States of America?
Yes.
That is funny.
Between them and the Chinese.
That is funny.
Look.
It may sound funny.
Yeah, when I'm not talking about ha-ha. It's not going to happen that way.
Well, it may not happen the way I'm saying it because I'm not that articulate in how to put it out there. But
I'm hard pressed to think it'll happen through Disney.
Okay, maybe not through Disney, but he's gonna he has a lot already probably to do with Disney. What's going on with Disney that we don't even know about.
But you're throwing it out there like you know, Teresa.
I know something in my gut, and what I see on the media, and what I see that he's done over there in Saudi Arabia.
I know something in my gut too. I'm hungry.
Right.
Wow. I'm hungry too.
Girl, how you been? How you been? How you been?
I'm disturbed.
How's the children?
What's going on and the things that we're doing, the politics and the.
Cause I'm getting ready to go. How's the children doing? They all right?
They're fine.
Okay.
I just wish that. Oh yes, they're fine.
We got to run, babe.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bless.
Thanks for calling us. Bye bye. This has been On Point.
Yeah.
That was Teresa. Probably been a part of us for 20 some odd years. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. we have our live indoor service, of course. 8 a.m. is our virtual service. Want you to join us for both. Tomorrow's First Sunday?
Yes, sir. Community tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow's first. It's also Palm Sunday, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
It's Palm Sunday, and it's first Sunday tomorrow. It's going to be a tremendous day. So we'll have our live in-house service at 6 o'clock. We want you to join us. Wednesday, of course, is our midweek impact service. Good Friday service begins at 7:30 on Friday. You want to be here. Tremendous guests coming to share with us on Good Friday. Our fast begins on Friday and will be broken after Easter service. We also are sowing our Easter first fruit offering on Easter Sunday. Once again, don't forget Bible study midweek. Tomorrow we're having virtual at 8, live at 11, live communion at 6. So you want to join us all day long. If you have a prayer request, we love praying for you and with you. So you can email that request to social@gotobethany.com. That's social@gotobethany.com. And as always, subscribe to us. Like us, share us. All our platforms are open to you. We want you to join us. And what you can't watch right away, you can always get everything on either our Facebook page at David G. Evans 1 or our YouTube channel at BBC of NJ. For Pastor Nicholas Smith, I'm Bishop Dave G. Evans. Remember, faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. God bless you. And see you next time on OnPointe.